Those are so good. Thank you. We have not been in the kitchen forever. I was just about to make my fat bombs for Oliver, which I make every single Sunday, and I thought, you know what? I know our community will love these. So I'm gonna make these for you. These are good for you, nutritious, fat bombs. 1 bowl, 7 ingredients except for salt. Every single ingredient except for the maple syrup is legitimately healthy and nutritious for you. Now you know that our bodies need fat. So these are a nice little treat to have throughout the holidays, really any time of year when you want something that feels decadent, a little bit sweet, but isn't going to spike your blood sugar. These hit the bill. You're gonna need a baking sheet lined with Reynolds wrap. This one is about 13 by 17 inches. Test and make sure that it fits in your freezer first before you put all your balls on it. A melon baller and 1 microwavable dish. We're gonna start with our nut butter. Today I have peanut butter. You can use any kind of nut butter that you like. Don't buy any of that Jif or Skippy crap because it always has sugar, palm oil, all sorts of yucky stuff in it. This is just peanuts and salt. That's it. 2 cups or so of peanut butter in here. I make these for Oliver, well, and myself. Every single Sunday, you stick them in the freezer. During the week, when you feel like you want a little something, you have them. In terms of weight management, this isn't something that you're going to have 3, 4, or 5 of on a daily basis because they are full of natural good for you fats, but remember, those can still add weight to you. I have about 1 of these each day, and it helps me to resist a lot of fatty, sugary holiday things that I really don't want to eat, but I do want to eat, if you know what I mean. Nut butters are very high in omega-3, magnesium, potassium, zinc, and vitamin E, all of which helps to improve our cholesterol levels, reduce inflammation, and aid in weight loss. Why? Because good fats satiate your hunger. They don't spike your blood sugar. The key is moderation. All right, that's about 3 cups of peanut butter. The next thing that we're going to add is about a cup of raw coconut butter. If you haven't had raw coconut butter before, it is so delicious. It's basically made from pureed coconut meat. And again, no extra ingredients. This is simply raw organic coconut. That's it. It is pretty hard, so I always stick it in the microwave for about 45 seconds just so that it's malleable. Okay, so it ended up being 2 45-second rounds to loosen up the raw coconut butter. I will put the recipe for this underneath in the video description so that you have it. And I'll also share with you links for the specific products that I use because they're all natural, they're organic, and they don't have anything added to it. But obviously you can use whatever you like. All right, so I'm going to add about a cup to this. Oliver loves me. Well, he does love me, but I meant he loves these, and every Sunday he's like, are you gonna make fat bombs? I'm like, depends on how good you've been this week. The next thing that I'm going to add are our cacao nibs. So cacao nibs are like those little chocolatey nibs, except these are raw, they're organic, there's nothing added to them. Cacao nibs are super high in antioxidants. They help reduce cell damage. They protect and repair skin from premature aging. I'm adding about a cup. Oh shit. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to microwave this first. Before you put the cacao nibs in, I want you to microwave the peanut butter and coconut mixture. It's just going to make it much easier for you to mix. So let's do that. Hopefully the cacao nibs aren't gonna melt now. All right, I nuked that for about 45 seconds. I'm gonna give it a quick mix. I'm going to add about half a cup of ground flaxseed, maybe a half a cup to 2/3 a cup. Flaxseed is excellent in fiber, has protein, omega-3 fatty acids. It's just excellent for your body. It helps to maintain your weight because it satiates your hunger. The next thing I'm going to add is the bee pollen. If you haven't used bee pollen before, this is delicious. Bee pollen is another superfood. It helps to lower cholesterol, improve your metabolism, increase hormone levels. It may improve stamina and help reduce depression. You could also swap out the flaxseed for wheat germ or hemp seed. You can add both. It's extremely versatile. It really depends on what you love. You can use cashew nut butter, almond butter, anything. I'm going to add a bunch of nuts. Now, normally I would add chopped peanuts if I'm using peanut butter, but I had a bunch of sunflower seeds and walnuts left over from Thanksgiving, so I'm just going to use them. That's about a cup of nuts. Then I'm going to add a little bit of maple syrup. Now, you don't need to if you don't want to, but I like a little bit of sweetness, so I'm going to add about a third of a cup. And this is going to make a lot. This is going to make a lot, you guys, so it's fine. And the last thing I'm going to add is half of a teaspoon of salt. My peanut butter wasn't salted. And that is it. This is so good, you guys. I keep them in the freezer because I like them nice and hard. They tend to last longer and you're not gobbling them down as easily, but you can certainly keep them in the refrigerator. What I would recommend doing if it's your first time making them, put half in the fridge, half in the freezer, and see which ones you like better. Okay, and that's it. Let me see. Always test your work. Those are so good. All right, now all we're gonna do is scoop them onto our baking sheet, and that's it. You know what you could also do if you wanted to make them pretty for guests coming over, if you have like a bunch of girlfriends who are super healthy, you can roll these in flaxseed, roll them in hemp seed, roll them in the cacao nibs, and make them extra pretty. I like to give it a little spray of coconut oil or olive oil. You're just gonna scoop them onto the baking sheet. Going down on Christmas Day, 'cause I'm trying to tell you. That's it. This made 45 balls of about 1.5 inch melon baller, and all I'm gonna do is stick them in the freezer and they're ready to eat. You can eat them as is now, but trust me, you'll like them when they're a little harder. Okay, y'all, the recipe for these is underneath in the video description. I hope you enjoy them. If you make them, let me know what you think. Till next time, see y'all soon. Bye.